Start recording.
Okay, so I've mentioned before that Sony has already confirmed The Amazing Spider-Man 3, Venom, and a Sinister Six movie.
Wait, is it just going to be a Venom movie?
Mm-hmm.
Like it's just called Venom and it's about Venom?
Yes.
Is Venom a superhero? No.
Anti-hero. Like,
He's the Punisher.
He helps
With
people,
powers.
but well, see, Spider-Man, of course, is his enemy. He hates Spider-Man, but of course, he doesn't want to hurt anyone
He's
else.
not all bad.
Right.
Which is
So
why I always liked
if
Venom.
if push comes to shove, he'll team up with Spider-Man if need be to defeat Carnage or someone
Like
or whatever.
when they teamed up, it was Spider-Man, Venom, Johnny Blaze, and Ghost Rider. And I know they're the same person, but there was a difference in that comic.
Right. Okay.
And they were teaming up to go fight Carnage in the sewers.
Was that in Maximum Carnage?
Yeah, I
That
think
story?
it was.
Because like every Marvel hero got involved. The freaking Avengers were there. Freaking Spider-Man and
Remember that
Captain
zombie
America.
Story?
Wait, what zombie story? What do you mean?
The one where all the Marvel heroes turned into zombies?
Oh, Marvel Zombies, yeah. That scared me.
Was Frank Castle one of the survivors in that or no?
No.
No?
He was like one of the first gone, I think.
Fuck. I would expect him to be one of the survivors. A lot of
No,
them
the
have,
last person standing was Magneto.
Well, that makes sense.
Right.
But like a lot of them have powers that involve having to get really close to people.
Mm-hmm.
But Punisher has guns.
Well, keep in mind, Zombie Hulk, you do not stand a chance against that.
Well, it's basically a tank.
Or Wolverine.
For dead.
Yeah,
So,
I might as
shoot
well.
it repeatedly.
Well, again, they're superpowers and... whatever.
The Super Friends.
Okay, so I guess... so we know for a fact, The Amazing Spider-Man 3, that's coming out 2016, so we got 2 years. Plus they have a release date for 2018, and that's going to be either Venom or Sinister Six. And they said they want to get to a point where they're going to release a movie every year.
Oh, that's never good. You never want that.
Mm.
You want at least 2. At least 2 years.
2 years in between?
About a movie.
Right.
But
Well, that's what they said before. Obviously, I think plans might be changing since the release dates have been announced and everything. So, I think this is a good sign. I think they have a vision. They know where they're heading, and that's at least a pretty good idea, I think. Is there anything? What do you want to see out of the sequel, The Amazing Spider-Man 3? Because I came up with a whole big thing.
So the Punisher. I want to see whatever I haven't seen already.
Hmm.
I want to see the Punisher. I want to see Mysterio. I want to see.
Okay.
You know.
Now this is what I want. This is what I want out of this, and this is my whole big theory. I came up with the whole thing, like a few days ago actually. I thought really hard about what I wanted in the next one, and what I think would be the most logical thing to do. Mysterio should be the main villain.
I would be very happy with that.
Because if you think about it,
Even if the movie was terrible, as long as it was Mysterio as the main villain,
right?
I would be happy.
But I don't think it's going to be terrible because given the track record so far,
We gotta see.
Right. Third movies are often infamous for being bad, but who knows?
I never look into reviews and things, but I might actually look into reviews if we plan on having like a movie night for number 3.
Well, keep in mind all the reviewers have been wrong so far about the other 2 movies.
What I've heard has been completely false.
So I listen to it and I hear what people think and I think, whatever.
I think that's what you thought. Okay, that's what you thought. It's wrong.
That's what you thought. Yeah. Thank you for contributing your useless opinion. Wrong.
Thank you for giving me your opinion. Never let it happen again.
Right. But the reason I think Mysterio is going to be the big villain of this one is because first of all, we see the theater mask in the end of the credits.
I imagine like
right. So that was a Mysterio
Asylum, like Scarecrow type situations. And that's what
okay. Yeah. All right. I have a thing about that. I came up with an idea that I think they're gonna do if they do Mysterio. But I mean, I think Mysterio is very likely to be next because think of okay. Hold on. Well, think about all the villain choices for this new series so far. The Lizard was in the first one and everyone wanted to see Lizard because they were expecting it for Spider-Man 4. And then Electro was another one that people wanted to see. So was Mysterio. So I think Mysterio is gonna be the next dude.
What they've showed us so far is what we never saw in the movies to begin with.
Right.
So I'm expecting more. I'm expecting more of what we haven't seen.
Exactly. What I do expect, I want there to be a big emphasis
On sex.
on Gwen and her death impacting Peter. And I want this to be the introduction of the black suit. Now is the perfect time.
I want to see, and if they do the black suit, I don't want to see Spider-Man like hurting people more. I
Right.
want to see him kill somebody with the black suit on.
Oh ho. I don't know if I want that.
That makes more sense because when they last showed the black suit, he just kind of got more violent, and that's not what.
No, that's not what it was. He was dancing on the frickin' street. I don't want that.
But he did get.
I want him to be the aggressive type person to the point where I think it would be
I want to see
okay.
him kill somebody.
I want him to get to a point where he's beating someone bloody, but I don't want him to kill anyone.
What if he beats somebody bloody and they go into a coma? They become a vegetable.
Ooh.
That's basically killing somebody.
That'd be fucking dark.
That's worse than killing somebody, actually.
Ooh, I don't know.
That's
I don't know. I don't know.
That I'm my worst enemy.
I could be made to accept that, but as of now, I don't like that idea. Because I
want to see him either kill somebody or severely hurt somebody.
Right.
Not just get more violent, not just hit a dude 2 more times than normal. I mean, breaking legs, breaking arms, maybe even breaking a few necks if it comes to it.
That kind of thing, yes. That's well, not necks because I would kill, but
I want to.
I think him being really brutal, I think would be fine. Is what I want to see. But I do think for sure, ultimate Venom storyline.
I think the worst thing he did in Spider-Man 3 was smash Eddie's camera.
Probably.
I think that's the worst thing he did with the black suit.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think. I think they're gonna have more Oscorp stuff with this. Like he's finally gonna freaking go to Oscorp and try to take back his father's research, like he did in the Ultimates series. And maybe this is where he runs into Felicia. She will be Black Cat in the next one. This is what I think will happen because hear me out.
How did he run into her to begin with in the comics?
She was a cat burglar once, and he ran into her.
In a robbery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But what I think is gonna happen in this movie. The black suit's gonna be a big thematic thing where he's gonna be on the verge of being. Who do I like? It's going to be an identity crisis type thing. Who do I want to be? Do I want to be
Shadows? Where it's like, do you take the brutal, easier path,
kind of
or
like
the tougher?
Like, do I play things morally correct, or do I just do things just to do them, kind of thing? Where he's got the black suit, and I want both Black Cat and Mary Jane to be there. Both of them trying to pull him in the different directions. Mary Jane trying to pull him towards good, Black Cat trying to pull him towards the more rebellious evil side. She's not evil per se, but she goes back and forth. Of course, she's more of a rebellious type person.
It's kind of like Catwoman.
She basically is Spider-Man's Catwoman. But
it's like how the Green Goblin is his Joker.
Right. Well, do you see where I'm going with this? Where I want there to be like a level
you want like Garfield to go through a moral choice. You want him to be like
like this is a more.
You want to see him decide who he's going to be for the rest of his life.
Yes, that kind of thing because. He just had this incredible thing happen to him. The love of his life is dead and gone, and it's his fault. So does he
start murdering people?
So does he take the anger and does he become that weaker man? Does he take that anger and begin killing people simply because he has the power to do it? Or does he realize that with great power comes great responsibility and take actions into his own account and learn to be the better man? Type of thing.
I don't know how that's gonna work.
I think it could. I want this. I want this to happen simply because I think the idea. Of course.
But you don't know how it's gonna be executed.
Exactly. I mean, of course, more. If I could take more time into this, I would think of a better execution. But I do think this is the kind of direction they should go. And again,
I want to see him dancing out of more clothing stores.
You and I have two very different ideas for the sequel.
Dancing out of the clothing store and then breaking somebody's legs immediately after.
Oh God! All right.
Roosevelt says hi and then he breaks their kneecaps.
Holy hell!
Just like the Joker.
Well, but again, I think Mysterio being the villain would be really cool. Again, they could make him connected to Oscorp. Maybe not. Maybe he's just some random dude who takes Oscorp technology.
Maybe he's like Max.
Because I want his illusions to be there, and especially if Spider-Man has the black suit, I want a scene with Mysterio trapping him in this room filled with illusions where Peter sees Gwen taunting him over killing her.
In the comics?
Yes. That kind of thing. Maybe he sees Gwen and Uncle Ben and his parents constantly mocking him and taunting him about what he's done.
I want to see that.
That would be great. See, that's why I want Mysterio, because Mysterio can fucking do all that emotional stuff with him, and that needs to be done.
But you want to see that.
It's messed up, but you want to see Peter overcome it. You want to see that happen, so you want to see the main character.
Look at it, and honestly, the reason I like heroes like the Punisher is because they're characters who failed.
Right.
Like, the anti-heroes are characters who failed what they were trying to
But
do.
Spider-Man is on the verge of failing. Like, at any moment, he could literally snap because of all the stuff that he's dealt with.
At any moment,
but
he's trying become this murderous...
Yeah. But he's trying so hard to be... He wants to hold on to that human aspect. He wants to be Peter Parker and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Because he has the responsibilities of both and power to do it.
Almost fail, but then go back to being his old self. That's what I want from that.
Right. Exactly. And I think Black Suit and Mysterio are the big ways to do it. And again, the whole thematic thing with having...
Maybe connect the two. Maybe have the whole Gwen thing happen during his Black Suit phase. And then he flips out on Mysterio.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah.
And you see, and again, I like the idea of Black Cat and Mary Jane sort of being like Black Cat is sort of, I guess, think of them as like, I guess, ambassadors for each side, sort of in a way. More like the point where more so the point. Well, you cast the right actress and you get the right script. No. What I want this to be, I want there to be like a happy ending where Peter finally, like, Peter gets rid of the black suit, he defeats Mysterio, overcomes the illusions, and after a while, like, him and Mary Jane are sort of like, they're friends. I want them to be really close friends, and then the end of the movie, maybe they share an intimate moment, and she kisses him, and he backs away, and he says, I can't do this.
And
I can't love again, type thing.
The best thing he's gonna get.
And what
happened in the comics.
And what I want to happen is I want her to be like how Peter was with Gwen. I want Mary Jane to be devoted to him. So to the point where she's like, I understand.
Hey Peter,
look,
she has you on her computer.
Was that her, like, her dad?
Her dad, played by Martin Sheen.
Oh, God.
For whatever reason, same person.
Okay,
Uncle Ben just escaped.
Oh, Lord. But I would love to see, like, an ending thing where she's basically like, I love you enough to let you go through this. Yes, we can be friends, but I want to help you through this kind of thing. Like, I will be there for you in whatever way I can be.
Ever.
And that's what I want.
But I can't say it.
Because that's what Mary Jane's character was in the comics. That's how it needed. That's how it needs to be portrayed in the movies.
To Peter, she is a rebound girl. To her, he is the love of her life.
But you see,
it's gonna be weird.
It's sad because, well, Peter doesn't want. What I want it to be is like Peter doesn't want her to be just a simple rebound girl.
I'm sure he doesn't.
I think that's sort of what he'll get out of Black Cat, sort of, in a way. Like, he'll get, like, a thrill kind of thing, but then ultimately decide, this is a stupid thing for me to do.
He gets the other one.
Right, like, he realizes all the stuff that he's done wrong, and he meets this really nice person, of course, and of course she's very devoted to him, and she loves him.
But he feels like he can't do anything because the love of his life is dead.
Right. So he can't do it, but ultimately I feel like over time, he'll be eased into legitimately loving Mary Jane. And that's what I want to see.
I expect the same thing. I expect, slow ease into another relationship.
Right, because if they just straight up in the beginning of the next one have him already dating someone else, I will be pissed.
I will too.
And you know what?
Walk out of the theater. If it starts off with him kissing Mary Jane or something, I'm walking out.
Right.
Not even.
Well, okay.
I'm gonna ask for a fucking refund at the desk.
Also, another aspect they need to explore in the next one, Daily Bugle.
Yes.
He needs to see Jameson.
I need to see...
And also...
Well, the thing is, I don't think they had a Jameson cast yet. That's why he didn't show up.
Right. But, again, bring back J.K. Simmons. No one will fucking be pissed.
You know what? I think, if anything, everybody would be happy.
And
because he's an aspect of the other movies.
And it could keep more people into the seats.
Yeah.
And also, he said himself, he would play it similarly but differently. So he'd add more depth to the character.
You get all these people who
said
they didn't like this because they saw the original trilogy. If they hear that J.K. Simmons is revising his role,
right,
they're going to sit their asses right on down and watch.
Of course. I'd be excited for that.
Yeah.
No one would be pissed.
No.
And and also, it's the perfect opportunity, if they're doing the black suit, which is what they need to do. Like I said, all our ideas, I think, is what needs to be done. So Sony, if you're listening, please, by all means, do it.
Listening.
Whatever.
Be realistic.
By all means, do this. Do this. Do this. Do this. Eddie Brock needs to be here.
Eddie Brock needs to show.
Because we know Eddie Brock works for the Daily Bugle. Because have you been keeping up with the viral marketing stuff?
Nope.
Because they've made mention of stuff. So we know the Shocker does exist in this universe.
Good.
Because there's been newspaper articles, Shocker's been apprehended by Spider-Man. And there was another one where there was an article from the Daily Bugle talking about, serial killer Cletus Cassidy has been caught. It was written by Eddie Brock.
So maybe Carnage later and Venom?
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking that Eddie Brock a minor character in Spider-Man 3 who, Amazing Spider-Man 3, who
something
sort of...
weird about the Ultimate Universe. In the Ultimate Universe, Spider-Man is Carnage, isn't he?
There are like 3 Carnages in the Ultimate Universe. There's just a regular artificial life form that has no host.
And then there's Cletus
And then
Cassidy.
No.
No?
Cletus Cassidy is not in the Ultimate Universe.
Oh.
And then and then in the video game, it was a Peter Parker injected with the symbiote,
Yeah.
and then later on, a clone of Gwen. That was the weirdest fucking thing.
Oh, that's sad. Because if she still dies in the Ultimate Universe, that's
Yeah,
sad.
she did. Carnage killed her in the Ultimate Universe.
Oh! So...
And then she
you
becomes...
become.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, but the thing is, they were never romantically involved in the Ultimate comics.
Wow.
So it's and she was like a punk rocker girl, so that was stupid.
So she was my kind of girl.
So it's kind of like they reversed what Mary Jane and Gwen were, kind of,
Well,
I guess. Sort of.
I want to see Carnage.
I do too,
Another character that was never in any of the other movies.
I want him in the Venom movie, not in the next one.
If Carnage is in the next Venom movie, I want to see Spider-Man there too.
Okay, exactly. See, okay, hold on. This is
the comics kind of established that nobody can take Carnage on their own. There's no way
to
take him on your own.
It needs to be a team-up thing. See, what I think they're going to do is, like I said,
join him for that.
With the whole black suit thing needs to be done in Amazing Spider-Man 3, and Eddie Brock will be there as a minor character. Maybe post-credit scene or near the end of the movie, he becomes Venom, or have some sort of motivation similar to the Ultimates, where he's like have it justified, not like Spider-Man 3 was, because that wasn't really justified with him being Venom. I mean, he was just pissed because. Kind of, but
the symbiote is. But
he deserved. Well, Eddie deserved what he got because he freaking photoshopped a picture and tried to pass it on as truth.
The symbiote is a creature that feeds off pure emotion, and it feeds off its host.
But they never explained that in the movie.
They don't, but if you read the comics, you would know.
Exactly, but you need. But you can't.
Venom.
Well, the thing is, but you got to expect people to walk into these movies who have not read the comics.
Yeah.
So in the Amazing Spider-Man 3, explain everything that the Venom suit is. Explain it to death. They've already done a good deal of what it's supposed to do.
Explain what the symbiote is. Explain, what it does to the human body while you're using it.
Right. Exactly.
Explain, how it uses its symbiotic ways.
Exactly. But like I said, they've mentioned before that Amazing Spider-Man 3, Venom, and Sinister Six are all going to bleed into each other. Like, they're all going to have elements that'll carry over into the next movie.
He's not in Sinister Six, because Venom really doesn't have any friends.
No, he won't be. He won't be. But here, this is what I think is going to happen. Like I said, Amazing Spider-Man 3, Black Suit stuff, with Black Cat and Mary Jane pulling him, and Mysterio is the main villain, which it should be, because his illusions, I mean, that'd be a great way to bring Emma Stone back to Gwen. I'm telling you, that'd be the best way to do it.
If they bring in Eddie Brock, people are only going to be mad that he wasn't Venom.
Well, the thing is, it'll be good because they're establishing a character beforehand, before he becomes it. And not only that,
later becomes the villain.
Because it won't be like Spider-Man 3 where he becomes Venom at the end and is killed off. It's where he's established as Eddie Brock throughout the whole movie, and then he gets his own whole full-on movie where at the beginning he tries to establish revenge against Spider-Man, he gets locked up, his cellmate, Cletus Cassidy, they become enemies, rivals. He tries to steal the suit from him.
And then
he becomes Carnage.
When Cletus becomes Carnage and and Eddie becomes Venom,
he realizes, oh shit, I fucked up, and him and Spidey have to team up.
What is the thing about fucking Cletus that makes him so powerful?
Just his insanity, just his drive to do evil.
His hatred and his insanity. The symbiote feeds off it so much that he's unstoppable.
Yeah, pretty much.
Holy
to the point.
Shit.
Yeah, because he was already a fucking serial killer before.
Think of how he is now that he's a god.
And then from there, I think Sinister Six, I think what they're going to do is, I do think Lizard will be a part of the team. Only because they said they made one comment about what the Sinister Six movie is. They said it'll be a tale of redemption for one character.
Well, it's got to be the Lizard.
Exactly. Because, what I think's going to happen... What I think will happen... Harry's gonna blackmail Lizard into joining the team. Like, oh, we have your family hostage. They're gonna die. You create a more powerful version of the Lizard Serum and work with us.
The video game kind of established that Connors wasn't happy about what he did.
No, of course not.
He did not want to do that.
Exactly. So they're gonna frickin' blackmail him. And what I think will happen...
They're gonna say, we gotta use your powers, even though you don't like using them.
Partway through the movie, I think eventually he'll find a way to gain control of the Lizard persona and contact Spider-Man. Listen. Well, whatever.
Because then I think about Connors crushing a card in his hand and then the Lizard appears.
Okay. But what I think will happen, Sinister Six will end with a big battle between heroes and whoever's left of the Sinister Six. I think Lizard will deform, and so it'll be Spider-Man, Black Cat, Venom, and Lizard versus whoever's left of the Six.
That would be amazing.
I know, and think about it, because you could see some cool fight combinations. You could see Venom and Goblin fighting. That'd be kick-ass, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be a fight. I'll be honest. Venom would rip him off that glider and rip him square in half.
I want to see Venom rip the glider in half.
Like,
just
there would be no chance for Harry in that case. He would just be dead.
Exactly. Well, but the point is, that would be a cool thing to see.
Yeah, it'd be great. But a lot of those fights wouldn't even be fights if the Venom's involved.
Right. Well, who knows? So I guess further along, what are some other things, like other storylines, characters you think you'd like to see? Maybe?
You brought up something that would be amazing, is in the Venom movie having Carnage be the main villain, which I think sounds amazing. Problem is, the question is, how is the studio going to handle that? Are they going to handle it like, this is the Venom movie, nobody else shows up? It's Venom alone against Carnage, because that wouldn't work. He would be dead within seconds. Venom isn't as strong as Carnage.
I'm sure it'll be called Venom, but Spider-Man will have a role to play. Because I'm almost certain that the first half of the movie is going to be like Venom trying to get his revenge against Spider-Man. They're going to have a fight between the two. Venom will lose.
They're going to realize that there's a power that's stronger than both of them. They're going to have to team up.
Exactly.
Which sounds great.
Yeah, because I've always liked that about them, because Venom and Peter, they freaking hate each other. But when,
they hate each other,
but when a big situation comes together, they're like, okay, things are bigger than us. All right, put our differences aside just for now. I'll kill you later, but we gotta stop this dude first.
Well, right now we gotta murder this serial killer who's unstoppable.
Right. And I think that's kind of the exact thing I want to see out of this.
I want to see I want to see more of the symbiote, because I didn't see enough of it. It's my favorite thing in the Spider-Man universe.
Right.
I don't see much of it in these new movies.
No. Well, there's a lot of references and build up. They're building up to it because it's going to be a big thing.
Are they gonna have to fight those doppelgangers that spawned out of Carnage?
Oh God!
Remember from the N64 game?
Yeah, I hope they don't do that. That's cool. Weird. Have like weird symbiote creatures
like
going on in New York.
His henchmen.
Well, but no, he doesn't need henchmen.
They're like a bunch of mini Venoms.
Well, okay, you know. Okay, I have a question. A lot of people think that it's going to be hard to do Carnage with a PG-13 movie.
No, it's not.
Dude, you think of... Okay.
Watching, this was a PG-13 movie. This had some of the most grim shit I've ever seen in my life.
Well, also think about what the Joker did in The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
He fucking sliced through dudes' faces and stuff. Dude, they can show Carnage doing crazy stuff as long as it's not explicitly full-on show.
The thing is, like, they could show Carnage, he walks towards a guy, and then his tentacles come out, and then, like, the camera kind of pulls away from them, shows a wall, and then shows the shadow of the guy getting ripped in half or something. Oh. They could totally do that.
Or show, like, him, like, impaling him with the symbiote.
Yeah.
You know what I want to see? I want to see him do, like, where he creates, like axes and claws out of his hands.
They do that?
Yeah, because that's one thing that Carnage can do that Venom can't for some reason.
He can form
things. He'll form blades and axes and like freaking hammers and stuff with it.
Kombat. In Mortal Kombat, Sub-Zero cannot form things with ice. He sometimes does, but it's never great. And then once it becomes Cyber Sub-Zero and has the whole thing, he forms better things.
Right.
Is that kind of how the symbiote might work? Like, if you're not powerful enough, if you're not feeding it enough, it can't do much?
Sort of. Well, I think the reason Cassidy can do that and Brock can't is because, like I said before,
Cassidy's fucking nuts.
He's totally insane, and he's got the drive to kill, whereas Eddie Brock, he'll only do it if necessary. He won't kill people if he needs to.
Kill it.
Right.
He just wants to do what he wants to do.
Right. He wants justice, and he feels that Spider-Man needs justice.
Which is what I actually felt was wrong with Venom in the third Spider-Man.
Because he
didn't care about it.
He wasn't the Venom from the comics.
Granted, he had the foresight to bring the fight to somewhere where nobody else would be.
Right.
Which was the construction site.
But that's
nobody else there.
That is it.
But he didn't much care about any of the civilians.
No.
Which is something very wrong.
He didn't try to stop Sandman from hurting anyone.
Yeah. In fact, he encouraged Sandman to hurt more people.
Yep.
I did like the design for Eddie Brock in the third movie. He was pretty good with the Venom suit on.
I thought the Venom costume looked pretty good in that, actually.
Just like, if it was a different character in the suit, I feel like it would be much better.
Yeah. Because the Venom suit, I know a lot of people complain that it was scrawny, but I don't care. That doesn't matter to me.
He's not as big.
Well, see, it's just some artists draw him freakishly big like the Hulk, and people tend to expect that out of it. But no, because it's because Venom isn't just some hulking brute. He has intelligence to him
smart.
too.
The Ultimate Universe is the brutish kind of Venom that has no control.
Right.
But in the regular universe, he's kind of scrawny. He's not too big. He can web swing.
Right.
He can fight. He's not anything too over the top in the regular universe.
Exactly. See, that's why I want them to do the background of the Ultimate Venom storyline with like his father and everything.
But have Venom.
Yes, but have
one that has control over himself.
Like the same motivations that normal mainstream Marvel Universe Eddie Brock has. And that's another thing. It needs to be Eddie Brock. Some people are saying it should be the Flash Thompson Venom. No, you got to do Eddie Brock first.
Because even with Flash Thompson, Eddie Brock was Venom before Flash Thompson.
Right. Yes.
So Flash Thompson got the same memories as Eddie through the symbiote.
So
he knew why he hated Spider-Man.
I wouldn't.
Like, I hate Spider-Man too.
I wouldn't mind. Well, he wasn't a villain.
He wasn't?
No, Flash Thompson. He worked for the military. So you see, I wouldn't mind seeing a Flash Thompson Agent Venom movie, but not until Eddie Brock gets his own.
Not until after the Venom movie.
Yes.
So, like, maybe Venom 2 is Flash Thompson or something. Like, at the beginning of Venom 2, Eddie dies.
No, I wouldn't say he dies, but they could do the whole thing where... They could do the thing where he finds out he gets cancer and he tries to sell the suit.
Sell the suit?
Well, he did. He auctioned it off in the comics.
How the fuck
because people wanted power. So maybe the military buys it and gives it to Flash because he joined the military.
I mean, Spider-Man had so much trouble getting it off. I wasn't aware you could just get it off like that.
Well, he had enough control over it, so I mean,
he had more control than Spider-Man did.
Well, yeah, because keep in mind, right.
Because he had more hate.
Well, you see, there's so many things they could do with this series, and I want to see it go on, but I know it can't last forever. But past Sinister Six, there are a few things they can do.
It's kind of weird how the suit feeds off Eddie's hatred, which is why he has so much control over it. But
see, he's not like Cassie. He doesn't let it consume him. Is the thing.
He doesn't. He takes control of the suit himself.
Exactly.
And he does everything he does as like I'm doing this, not what's attached to me.
Exactly. Well, we've talked quite a bit about things we want to see in the next few movies that's been announced.
Like a 6-part series.
Right. But there are a ton of other things they could do. I'd love to see them tackle Scarlet Spider at one point. The Clone Saga thing.
Oh, I'd love to see them tackle the entire Clone Saga.
Yeah, that'd be great. That'd be cool.
That's one I've never even read.
No. Well, the thing they did with Ben Reilly was a great character.
I'm a clone virgin.
The thing is, that was an interesting story. That was good. And I would like to see.
Would Doppelganger be in it if it's this Clone Saga?
No, because he wasn't a clone. He was like an alien creature. Kraven's Last Hunt, another great story.
I want to see Kraven.
That'd be interesting.
That's another one I want to see, because Kraven's never been in a movie either.
You know what? That'd be cool. But I still think Mysterio is the most logical choice for the next one.
Mysterio for main villain, but maybe Kraven shows up.
Well,
similar to Rhino. No, not similar to Rhino.
Like more similar to Electro and Harry. Like there's dual protagonists, dual villains. Like Mysterio's the main one, but you get Kraven in a couple action scenes.
Isn't it kind of dumb how people get butthurt about like Spider-Man 3, how there were 3 villains, and in this, how there were 3 villains. But the Spider-Man universe will sometimes have like 20 villains.
Yeah, well the difference is execution. Yeah. Spider-Man 3 did stupid things, with Harry getting amnesia, Sandman disappearing for no reason, and including Venom at the very end. Whereas this, everything was perfect in the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
Just gave up. Pretty much. Spider-Man 3, which is something I don't think he would ever do, because he is a bad guy. He wasn't a bad guy in the
They tried making him sympathetic, but he's not in the comics.
No.
Okay, so overall, Amazing Spider-Man 2, I loved it. Jacob, do you like it?
Pretty great. I want to see more.
Exactly. So, thank you all for watching, and I hope you guys liked our ideas for sequels and stuff, and feel free to leave a comment telling us how you liked the movie. See you guys later.